All right, what is up, Propelify people? I'm Todd, and I am here today with the NY Waterway team. This is Jennifer, and we wanted to talk a little bit about social media marketing and how you can use social media to help your organization. So to get started, Jennifer, why don't you introduce yourself? Where are you from? What do you guys do? All that kind of good stuff.
Well, I'm Jennifer Shuck, and I'm the spokesperson for NY Waterway. We are the largest privately owned ferry company in the country, which makes us a very unique type of operation. And we have a unique product to present to everyone because of the wide range of people that would use our product. We cater to people in New York and New Jersey, and it's anybody can take the ferry. So kids all the way to like the much older generation.
Awesome. Cool. So talk to me about what you guys have going on with social media. How did you get started? What channels did you choose? Give me a little background on your social presence.
Well, so NY Waterway is celebrating its 30th anniversary, but we are always forward thinking here. It's privately owned by the Imperator family, and they've been forward thinking from the beginning. So we've been using social media as a way of advertising for many years now, since kind of like this trend became, they started in chat, and then onto Twitter and then onto Instagram. So we've been always in some form using social media.
Very cool. Very cool. So, when you guys got started, it's obviously it's been a while then. So how have things changed with the way that you use social and the way that you're communicating with your customers over time since it got started?
Well, we've obviously added different social media platforms. We started with Facebook, then we added Instagram and Twitter. We're always following the trends. We're always evolving. We're always finding, what is the best way to reach our customers. And for us, it's a very unique business because we're advertising a product, but we're also informational because we're a commuter ferry service. So our social media is not only used to tell everyone out there, hey, take NY Waterway for work, or for your leisure or our leisure programs, but we're also getting information out, commuter alerts, So for us, it's social media is vital to our organization because we're trying to reach different platforms. We're trying to reach passengers, potential customers, and also news operations, meaning traffic reporters, other media outlets to get out the word about service changes or things that are happening within our organization.
So how do you plan for that kind of balance of mixing the information stuff and the promotional stuff that goes out?
Okay, so we do have a social media plan that we do. We do this weekly. We have meetings where, and now it depends on what we're talking about here, but we say we have an event that's happening. We're talking about our leisure events. We want to get the word out to potential customers and our customers about what's happening. So we research the event that's taking place in New York City, and we graphic them that they'll be on social media, and that's when we put our advertising out through booths and and media and demographics. As for the actual ferry service itself, we once again, a lot of our routes are route specific. We have many different locations that span the coast of east coast of New Jersey, meaning in New Jersey and into New York State, and then we have the other side. So it's very unique on the other side, if I'm making sense to you here when we're in terms of advertising.
Sure. So on a weekly basis, who contributes into this type of plan? You guys have a social media manager?
We do have a social media manager, Kaylee, and what happens is that Kaylee comes up with an initial plan and everyone sits down and talks about it. She tells us, this is going on, this is how I think we should boost it, this is what, the types of boosts that I think we should do and how much we need to boost it. So it's a lot of research that goes into it and a lot of planning, okay? So we're doing an advertising, but at the same time, the media alerts that we're talking about, the informational alerts are on the fly. If we have a surface change, Kaylee has to put that up right away. So there's planned advertising immediately because it just can't wait.
Right. So she's sleeping with her phone under her pillow is what you're saying.
Pretty much. Isn't that what, right, exactly. Pretty much. She's on call at all the time.
Yeah. I think it's great the way that, based on what kind of events are going on, who you want to target and who you want to boost stuff to. That's really awesome. It's a great strategy to make sure you're talking to the right people at the right times. What kind of content when you're boosting that do you see gets the most kind of engagement and reaction? And are you guys kind of communicating with your customers as they're commenting? Do you get a lot of comments? How do you kind of inspire that kind of stuff?
We do get a lot of comments. The one thing that we have found, we have initiated a lot of videos in the last year.
Yeah.
So we get a lot of interaction with videos that we put into our advertising. So that's one way. It's called Ferry Minute, and we do video updates for our customers, and we talk about events that are happening throughout the city, or products that we're a ferry service, but also what we have going on promotional wise. So the videos and the video newsletter that we send out, that is getting us a lot of interaction. We've noticed that with still ads, with the videos, we get 70% more views on the videos than we do on a still ad.
Oh,
so Kelly says, the more videos we add to our social media, the better.
Yeah, and that seems to be the trend. And I mean, that's what we're doing right now, right? We're video on social media. That's how we're getting the word out.
Exactly.
That's cool. So, what kind of impact do you see once these things start going out? Do you see big spikes due to social media? Are you tracking that kind of stuff? Or is it just like, that you're getting your brand out and that's helping bring people in?
We do track our social media because we want to make sure that we're doing the right thing. And we track the engagement on people looking at it, on them opening it. But we can also see through the ridership boost. Now, let's talk about an event. One of the biggest events at the Javits Center, which is right across from our terminal. We're in Weehawken in our main office. Yep. And at our Midtown terminal is the Javits Center. Okay, so we had the New York International Auto Show that took place. Okay, so we put videos out there, and the way that we had the most riders, the most passenger count for any other auto show. And we're crediting that a lot to the videos, the boost on social media, reaching
that's great.
people. We also did TV advertising campaigns and everything. We reached all channels, but social media was very key in getting our word out to other customers that normally don't take the ferry.
Yeah.
So another great way to do this is that we interact with partners like a car dealership. Like if we're trying to get people to go to the auto show, we reach out to different automobile dealerships or parts dealerships where auto enthusiasts will be. Mm-hmm. So we do a lot of cross promotion with other brands just to get each other's word out.
Yep. Something like this.
Exactly. Right.
And so, speaking of which, we have our Propelify event coming up on May 18th, and that takes place in Hoboken. So if, customers, if attendees are in the city or vice versa, wanting to head back to the city afterwards, you want to give a little rundown on how they can best transport using New York Waterway?
Okay, so of course, well, if you want to learn more about New York Waterway and our specific routes, we have routes that come from Edgewater, New Jersey. We have 2 in Weehawken. We have 2 in Hoboken, 3 in Jersey City, 1 in Monmouth County, and they all connect with New York and each other in some way. So the best way to find out about us is go to NewYorkWaterway.com for information, or check us on social media on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter.
All right, of course.
And our Twitter handle is @RideTheFerry, by the way. So if you're looking at the ferry. It's @RideTheFerry.
All right, cool. And any parting advice for other brands that are kind of struggling with social, or maybe they didn't get started yet, how they can get started, how they can increase their engagement using social media?
Well, the first thing you do is to find your customer base. We have a very strong customer base because we are a commuter ferry service. So once you get that customer base going, you encourage your customer base to reach out to others that they know. That's your best advertisement is, word of mouth, right?
Right.
So then you can also, cross promote like we do a lot with local businesses and videos. If you can get any kind of videos out there, whether it be Facebook Live or, you want to go out there with your GoPro and put videos on, we're seeing a lot of interaction with the videos as well. And just like today.
Yeah, that's very cool. All right. Well, thank you, Jennifer, very much for your time. I appreciate it. And nywaterway.com, and Facebook, it is
New York Waterway, nywaterway.com. Yep.
nywaterway.com. And Twitter is
@RideTheFerry.
@RideTheFerry. All right. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. And we'll see you May 18th at Propelify.
Great.